Good morning, FXblade members, and welcome to the very first FXblade Friday. So, we have this new series that's coming out, and basically every Friday I will be recording a market breakdown. Not just your typical market breakdown, but a kind of like a weekly perspective market breakdown. My goal is to make one market breakdown and per week, and you guys to be able to understand exactly where the market is moving for the whole entire week. Now, I did get a couple messages asking, what would happen if something happens by Tuesday or Wednesday. And guys, I'll keep you updated on trades. So it's not like I set a trade and I don't update you guys till the next Friday. It's gonna be updated throughout if it whenever it's needed on the main Telegram channel. It could be just screenshots, it could be a voice note, it could be a message. But as of market breakdowns, is going to be once every Friday. But let's hop into it honestly. So EUR JPY, I called this trade last market breakdown, and immediately it hit take profit of around 100 pips. So let me just clear that off. But you guys can see the rhythm that I did already. I said it was going to come down, touch this zone area, and then start rising again. And you guys can clearly see, now I only have this on one chart, but if I show you the rest, clear that up a little bit for you guys just to show you. But you guys can kind of see there was basically a channel right here going up, but it was broken by this huge candle. Now, this right here was a fake out. I remember actually buying down here and telling you guys this was a fake out, and exactly that's what it was. Now the price literally dropped exactly like I said it would. And now it's rising exactly like I said it would. But right now, guys, you guys can kind of see it's hitting resistance on the daily, on the zone. So last time it was, around this zone. You can see it was having trouble back in February 4th and 5th. Also back again in February 20th and 21st. It just doesn't break through a zone that easily. Now, so price is at that zone now, and you guys can already see there was a wick that happened to it. I know it's NFP, but if you guys know who I am, you guys know that news and fundamental news aren't really that accurate. They're not always that accurate. You ever get positive news and then the pair drops? Exactly. News are just literally manipulations of the market, just trying to have induced traders to literally enter trades that they're not sure of. But so looking at the weekly, let's look at the weekly candle. Cool. You guys can kind of see that it's just been fluctuating in this area, really. And if anything, I see a downtrend right here. But I'm not going to draw that. As for this trend line, I don't even need to draw that. I don't even need to keep that over there. Those trend lines over here that you guys see are crucial. So we do just got to keep those. I'm going to keep the Fibonacci as well. But, guys, look at where the Fibonacci is at. So it's perfectly aligned with the other zones as well. Okay, so the negative 61 just so happens to be at the other zone as well. I'm just breaking down the chart exactly what everything is. just because it might seem a little confusing. The EAs back in December crossed over to the downside is when it dropped crazy. Now, I told you guys many times that daily and weekly are always much more respected and valued than all the other time frames when it comes to resistance and support and EMAs and all that. So right now, what I'm clearly seeing is that price is actually hitting the EMA, the red EMA. Every time it hit the red EMA, it went down or had resistance on it. Okay, so right now it's approaching that area. Let me move this a little bit to the right. Okay. Yeah, so it wicked to the zone. I'm not going to go too deep in the weekly. I want to go ahead and hop into the 4-hour chart to give you guys some trade analysis and some signal analysis. Okay. So, guys, railroad tracks or whatever you want to call it, boom, 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 boom. 6 times it was resisting this 200 EMA on the 4-hour before it dropped a little bit, and now it broke through it, bounced on it. But here's the zone. So when there's a zone right there, guys, that's a crucial sign that you need to sell. So what I do see happening right now is there's possibly maybe a little bit of more of a spike or possible rise before a sell. However, if you guys look into the 4-hour chart, right here is, and I'm gonna have this in a different color, so I'm just gonna have it in blue. Oh, you can't really see that too much, so let me change that to, yeah, let's change to green. Okay, let me also clear this up. So my analysis from the 18th of March is still valid. Literally, it said it was gonna drop and then it rise to this area, and it's still literally valid. So what I see price doing is literally maybe going up further, touching more stop losses, because it's kind of, I don't want to say obvious, but I do see other traders already selling. I personally am already selling just in case it doesn't want to go up there. But this could easily, watch for spikes up to this area. This trend line would need to be broken before I have to change my bias, but I really highly doubt this trend line would be broken. If anything, price could, hit this, spike a little bit above it just to clear some stop losses, and then make its way down. At least the first level to this, and then the second level to that. So it would probably be a retest, and then come down here. So that's the first possible scenario that's going to happen. But the second possible scenario is, let's use purple. Never use purple. Is literally just it crashing right now. Now I do see this happening. I already actually entered in the sell just because it's at the zone area, guys. So this could easily just come back to this level. Maybe have trouble breaking it, go down, retest it, and then go back to the next level. So with that being said, this is exactly the trade that I'm already in. Okay. We're going to put stop losses right here, but we're going to have our take profits down here. Okay. So stop loss is at 126.45, while take profit is at 124.50. Okay. So yeah, that's the trade for Euro JPY. I hope you guys take that one. But let's move on to Euro JBP. Okay. Guys, this one is basically following the same thing as Euro JPY. However, it is actually, excuse me, it is actually, I think, one level ahead of Euro JPP. So if anything, this could drop easier. Now, let me go back to, guys, this trend line right here is respected on the weekly. Okay, on the weekly. That should tell you something. Yes, I get it. Price is, it seems like it's about to break to the upside to hit this EMA. I get that, right? Price literally seems like it's about to just do this at a first glance. Cool. However, I still see a lot of potential down here in the underneath this trend line, okay? Usually when trend lines are like this, especially on the weekly, they'll need to have a strong bullish momentum to break it. So with that being said, it would need to be further away from the EMA. So this honestly could, and this is what's going to happen, is that this is actually probably going to drop down a little bit more, test the 78, come down right here. It could spike up down here one more time and then break through. Okay. But until I see it come down here, touch the 78 one more time, because you guys kind of see right here, touched it and touched it again. I do, however, see a trend line right here. Just a short-term trend line on a daily, since March, but it's respected. So this is the long-term bias right here. So I'm gonna actually, I was gonna delete that, but I'm gonna keep that for now. And you guys peep how the 78 matches a line perfectly with the zone. So we're gonna keep that. But let me go into the 4-hour chart. Now you guys can kind of see what's going on, right? Let me delete this. It's already hit take profit in literally a couple hours. We don't need this. Just trying to make things as clear as possible for you guys to be able to trade these pairs. So I hit the 200 EMA right here. Went through a little bit, definitely a stop hunt, and then continued. Hit the 200 EMA, dropped. Now hit the 200 EMA again. And this time it has a zone on it. So guys, this is, it's just very clear to me, at least. I see this coming down and touching the EMAs and coming down to the 78 Fibonacci level. So stop losses would be, if you had any, 50 pips. I'm personally not having a stop loss just for spikes purposes, but I do see this coming to the first level, which is the 61 Fibonacci, and then the second level, which is where I'll be getting out, which is at the 78 Fibonacci. Honestly, guys, this is one of those trades where you might want to be more safe and not have take profits at the 78. So you can have it a little bit down here, honestly. Or if you want to be really safe, have it at 8573. That's where I have my current take profit, 8573. So it's just 78 Fibonacci. Or I mean the 61 Fibonacci, which is, very respected at all times. Every time it comes to it, it has, see that? So this could happen right here too. You see this one candle where it hit the EMA, came down, didn't quite fully go to the 78 before it started rising again. So that could happen. But yeah, this is a trade right here. So if I actually hop into maybe an hour, so there's a wick going on right here. There's too fast of a momentum, so I do see a retrace at least back to this area. But going on to the 15-minute chart, you guys can kind of already see that, you know, it's starting to reject already. There's a couple rejections on the way up, but I do see this. So if I had to draw the EMA on the 15-minute chart, it'd be something like that. And price seems to be, oh, that's too steep of a drop. So could go like this, retest it, then maybe come down here. It could be a fast drop, and then before further momentum, either downside or upside, which I'll update you guys on that. But so that's the position for Euro JPP. Hope you guys enter it. Like I already mentioned, I don't use stop loss. However, I did give you guys a take profit. But I also give you a recommended stop loss. So anyways, going over to the last pair, which is Euro USD. Many of you guys know already I was in this trade last week. I actually broke it down, this trade, last week in a market breakdown. Back in 25th of March, I entered a trade. Yeah, it was in, like 50, or it was in about, 40 pips profit, but I did not get out. It actually went down. You guys know I don't use stop loss, but it went down to this area. Now, if I just, is there a possible way I can just kind of remove all drawing tools, but then bring it back? Not sure. Oh, okay, here we go. Yeah, so if you had all the drawing tools real quick, you guys can kind of see, yeah, so if you had all the drawing tools, I can't draw on it right now, but you guys can kind of see the support that it's landing on right now was the last time back in the 7th of March, okay? This is a crucial point, guys. Just remember that, right? Just remember that. And just remember how when it came down to this, it went to the 200 EMA, and now it came down to this again. Anyways, so that's where the Fibonacci is at, okay? And it just so happens that the 61 Fibonacci level is around this support that we had for months before, okay? So what I see happening, and this is, just look how respected the 78 on this chart right here. I know there's two Fibonacci's right now, so, but just look how, the 78 is respected on this Fibonacci right here. But anyways, you guys can kind of see the long-term bias is that there's an upside, but I already entered this trade last time, right? Didn't hit a stop loss, didn't really gain anything. If anything, we're still at break even. However, guys, I still see this. The more it's just consolidating in this area, the more I believe that it's going to go up. Now, I understand the other pairs are supposed to be dropping. However, I still see this going up. Now, I might actually close my trades, not in too much gain, but I might close it around, the negative 61 Fibonacci. That would close everything and more than enough profits, but I definitely see this coming up to that area. I know this looks a little confusing because if there's so many drawings on there. However, I do definitely see this going up. You guys can kind of already see on a 1-hour momentum, there is this trend line happening. But your USD is going to rise to the 1.128 area before it actually drops. So you guys kind of already see, I already drew this last market breakdown, and I'm still very confident in that trade. Okay. So I still see this coming up and testing this area. There's a lot of resistance in this area, 61 Fibonacci, the resistance that we had for months, and it just looks like a very crucial area for price to reach before anyway dropping down or going up higher. You guys kind of see, look, on the 4 hour, it's so far from the EMA, right? That means it literally has to attract to it. It might not break through it, which is fine. We don't even want it to break through it. We're just going to want to test it and be safe. So this is a 70 pip trade. Feel free to go ahead and enter this with confidence, considering it doesn't look likely for it to drop down to this area again, and way more likely to go up here. Now, that is it for the very first FXblade Friday. Let me know in the comments if you'd like me to break down any crypto, if you'd like me to break down any chart. I'll be choosing one extra chart for next week to break down for the whole entire week. So yeah, I do see this coming up before coming down more, just like the other pairs. But I'll definitely be updating you guys in the main Telegram channel whenever these trades hit take profit or if you should enter a new trade. But as always, have a good weekend and take care.